It's very, very likely, everybody out there listening, that regardless of the outcome of this season in Kansas City, Andy Reid may be calling it quits again also. Another icon in the profession may be calling it quits. Belichick, Carroll, Saban. Is Andy Reid next? Can we start to call a spade, a square, and a circle? Can we start to just start calling this shit out? What are you talking about, JB? What are we calling out? Y'all know what I'm calling out. You know what I'm calling out. It ain't ironic that Andy Reid could step away. It ain't ironic that Pete Carroll was either let go or mutually parted ways. It ain't ironic that Nick Saban said enough is enough. It ain't ironic that Belichick mutually parted ways. This ain't ironic. Let's keep it funky. Keep it real. Why is it the way that it is falling? The cookie's crumbling this way. You know why? They don't want to coach these pussies no more. They don't want to coach these pussies. Popovich is going to give it up. I've heard that Popovich has said on record that this team is talented enough to win games in the NBA. And this team 5 years ago, he would have won with in the NBA. He said this genetically made up team of this constructive roster of this age group generation cannot win. But he thinks 5 years ago, this same team would have won. That tells you something. These motherfuckers can't mentally handle it. They are soft. Period. They are mentally weak. There's no mental fortitude. There's no tough skin. You can't get yelled at. You can't yell at them. You can't fucking tell a guy to fight through some pain and play. They want to load manage. They want to do this. I'm telling you, there's a reason why these cats are dropping like flies in the industry. Don't be shocked when a lot of other coaches say, fuck this, I'm out. Because I've told you what major Power 5 coaches have told me before. If Walmart were paying the same amount, I'd be at Walmart. There's a reason why they've told me this. Just telling you, man. This is a real thing. We're losing greats because pussies are running the world. Andy Reid's in the mix of possibly calling it quits after this year. I just went on a little rant when Smitty was taking a shit, and I was like, listen, it's not conspiracy. It's not ironic. It's not by accident that a Belichick, Pete Carroll, Nick Saban, Andy Reid all would say, fuck this, I'm out in the same year. There's a reason, and they don't want to coach these pussies anymore. I'm just going to keep it real. I'm going to call it what it is. Smitty will be mad at me. It is what it is. They don't want to coach these pussies. And the NFL is becoming a very unwatchable product. I don't know if it's going to change or not. We had Eric Weddle on earlier talking about it. But listen, I got to talk to your backyard first, because the beast in the East, or the yeast in the East, or the least of the East, Nick Sirianni and Mike McCarthy were brought back. What is your take on both of these? Start in your backyard with the Eagles.
Well, you told me, I've told you, this team has been a collapsing tower for a long time. And I don't understand what next year, or giving this guy a whole offseason, it was clear he wasn't able to do it in the regular season. This team had multiple opportunities to respond to their coach. They didn't. And then after the season, it's, we love Nick. He's a great coach. Well, you didn't show that over the last 6-7 weeks of the season. This team has a lot of holes, and it's not just a lame duck coach. They got to go out and get some coordinators, which they don't have. I mean, this is a team that's going to fire 3 coordinators. Think about that. Some teams fire 1. They're going to fire 3 because they failed in Sean Desai. Patricia's a complete asshole. And Brian Johnson's a mess as well. Throw in the fact that your whole fucking defense, outside of one or two players, is cooked. You got corners in their 30s. You got two of them. They got a lot of issues, this team. And look, if you actually thought they were going to go on the road and win a playoff game, I don't think you really know this league real well. How the fuck were they going to go on the road and win a playoff game? And look at what they were. They were embarrassed, missed tackles, blown coverages. They look lost. They look like a fucking high school team. I would have gotten rid of him. That said, I'm not a GM, but there's a lot of good opportunities out there too for a new coach.